high performance trading is where the markets are moving today. No longer is it just a reliance on the fastest computers. To really become a high performance trading shop, you need to have high performance trading fabric. Today I'm joined with Dave Malik, the lead architect for Cisco's financial services vertical. And Dave, can you tell me what is high performance trading fabric?
So high performance trading fabric is a scalable architecture that combines networking, compute, storage, but also the monitoring and instrumentation capabilities that are scalable. And some of the attributes people are really asking for is how can we reduce the time to test and deploy a lot of these fabrics, whether it's locally or globally, with certain key attributes that we don't lose. And some of those attributes could be around having the lowest latency in the fabric. That includes the entire stack, not just compute or networking, instrumentation, precision timing, and be able to get those analytics that we're looking for that we can feed into applications through some APIs that our applications can really take a control or be able to divert certain situations that are happening in the market and be under a volatile condition.
Who within today's market is looking at high performance trading fabric? Is it your standard sort of mom and pop buy side shop, or is it your large exchanges, or sort of everyone in between, the buy side, sell side?
It's pretty much the entire gamut, buy side, sell side. We do a lot of work with exchanges as well, proximity providers as well, DMA, market makers. So they're all looking at it for different areas. In some cases, latency is the most important factor. In other cases, latency may not be, but there's other analytics and other details that they're looking for that makes them a full scalable solution to offer to their clients.
What's driving folks' interest in high performance trading factor? Is it just capturing alpha, or is it more about the entire ecosystem of trading?
Alpha is obviously the key attribute, but one is to be able to capture those market opportunities in a very volatile environment. And then be able to increase liquidity or order flow, because it is a very competitive environment, as you know, and then be able to dynamically move strategies between different locations, because you can have a strategy running in New York and New Jersey and you want to test it, let's say in Singapore the next day, and be able to move it around the world. We need to be able to have that scalable architecture that could maybe be provided even as infrastructure as a service by exchange operators in the future.
Is this something that shops around the world can do bespoke? So if I am a a global sell-side institution, can I develop my own data fabric by myself, or are there ways in which I can go out and get this in a box ready to go?
You can definitely integrate this in-house, but I think we're seeing more and more pressure for firms to be more agile, and the time to market to certify, qualify, and build could take 6, 9, 12 months. So what we're trying to do is have a pre-integrated stack to a certain extent, 60, 70%, let's say, with inclusion networking, compute and storage elements with our ecosystem partners. And
all pre-integrated,
pre-tested, a scalable architecture, but then you can customize it with your own applications on top. But a lot of the architecture or the components inside are built on Cisco's custom silicon, which drives the latency down to sub 200 nanosecond, which drives precision time clocking, which drives visibility and analytics to look at microburst and congestion. So those are the elements that our customers are asking for, and we're delivering that in a much scalable fashion.
And who's doing this in today's market, and how are they using it?
We have several sell-side firms today, market makers. For example, if you're a sell-side firm and you're providing execution through services for your buy-side clients, well, security is important. Risk checks are important. But we want to do them as fast as possible. In a lot of those cases, let's say you need NAT. Today we provide line rate NAT at no penalty to latency, for example, and have the lowest latency possible to an execution venue. And on the other side, on the execution, matching is important, and market data distribution is important. So now market data distribution, you can do it down in roughly 50 nanoseconds, which is extremely fast. So now you're looking at two participants leveraging trading fabrics in a very unique way, but also be able to get analytics to see when there's congestion happening, so you can proactively look at the health and be able to divert around that traffic.
If I'm looking at trying to acquire a system like this, let's say I think, okay, I need to get involved in this, I need to optimize my infrastructure, I need to make it more scalable. Is there a way in which I can also add customized hardware to it, or do I have to use a pre-programmed stack and it's just all one type of infrastructure?
No, it's definitely tuned with a certain category of performance, but we work with ecosystem partners that can be validated inside, whether it's specific storage vendors, specific specialty board PCI vendors, FPGAs, etc. So we've done a lot of testing with FPGAs, Fusion IO from a storage side, and etc., so on and so forth. So it can definitely be customized because it is an open system. But the point here is that most of it's pre-integrated and tested and validated in Cisco's labs. And as speeds are increasing from 1 gig to 10 gig and then eventually into 40 gig, the instrumentation costs are significantly high as well. So we're investing in the instrumentation as well.
What in the end, if I'm looking at a buy versus build scenario, which a lot of the folks out there are doing right now,
Sure.
What's the delta? I mean, what can I get? What's the advantage of doing it sort of with a pre-configured sort of customizable selection versus if I build it myself, I know it, I control it. I mean, what's the advantage of going with a vendor solution?
It's a time to market scenario, and one thing we want to bring to the market is we're not compromising, right? So we are working with the best of class ecosystem partners, with the best of class hardware in the industry, with our own silicon. So there's no compromise, but you can customize it. So you can be rest assured when you're buying a car, you kind of have an idea what the gas mileage is going to roughly be, and then you can tweak it with customizations and optimizations that you want to your liking for that specific workload, whether it's market data distribution, order execution, strategic quant analysis, and so on.
Well, it sounds like this is the wave of the future. I mean, being able to acquire sort of pre-configured, pre-optimized hardware stacks that sort of allow you to scale. Dave, I want to thank you very much for joining us today at TabbFORUM.
Thank you.